Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a review of 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, episode 21. You know, I woke up this morning, watched it. I didn't get a chance to watch it last night because of work, and it's Black Friday week. But then I like, let me watch when I get home. And I didn't. So I woke up this morning watching it, episode 21. I watched it and I'm like, yo, why'd you do this to me? Why? I was getting emotional. It's like cut your onions. Cut out the onions or have no onions because this episode was so freaking emotional and very powerful. You see, this is why 2.5 Dimensional Seduction will go down as one of the best animes of the year. It may not compete with Solo Leveling or the Kaiju number 8 or the Deer anime, but 2.5 Dimensional Seduction just outshine My Dress Up Darling in the cosplay department area. You see, I've been covering 2.5 Dimensional Seduction since the first episode. And I get it. The concept is cosplaying, and yeah, everything about it is all like the people expected fan service, which I didn't. But what I've been covering 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, every moment of 2.5, it brings out the love of cosplaying. That's the theme. And plots, there's a plethora of plots when it comes to 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. Every moment of this show, it tells us cosplay brings out the love for everyone. Cosplay tells the story. When cosplaying, it brings friends, it brings rivals. Cosplay brings out a confidence in you. And it doesn't matter if, and with cosplay is so good that it doesn't matter if a guy dressed up as a female character or a female dressed up as a male character. You are who you are. Cosplay is who you are. It brings out everything about you, and it's okay. It's okay to have the confidence to go out and dress up. That's fine. That is fine. And what cosplay does is brings out, with 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, cosplaying brings out the tears, the motion, the passion, the drive, the will. And this episode did it for me. Without further ado, let's get right to it with the 2.5 Dimensional Seduction review because I gotta go in on this one. So, this episode was so emotional and powerful that I'm glad I did not even, I almost cried a little bit in this episode. Look, this week has been so many emotional episodes, like the one I just covered with Gondon from 365 Days to the Wedding. Go watch that review. Please go watch my review on that one. Then this episode. Aria's father, the manga artist, when he saw Aria cosplaying, it was like there's fans who support his work. Now, we as fans, we love our manga creators. My manga creator of all time is Masashi Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto. That's my GOAT. He's in the Mount Rushmore. I met him twice. And I wish I was up close to speak to him and say that he was the reason why I watch anime. He was the reason I aspire Naruto, like understand Naruto and all that. That right there is passion. So when he saw Aria's cosplay, he literally went to the Comiket. And this is why I like this arc. I think this arc is more powerful than all the other arcs because this arc, it brings out everything about the characters, their passion, like I said, their drive and all that. And then we got to see Aria's father coming in and see his beloved daughter cosplaying of a favorite character. And it's been 10 years. 10 freaking years. It's been 10 years since you've seen Aria. that's kind of wow. That's kind of like that's words can't describe how I feel, but it was right there. You haven't seen Aria in 10 years. And when you see Aria cosplay as a favorite character that she idolized, it was so passion. It was so much passion just to see that. And then the MC Oricum, like we don't really talk about him a lot. We don't really bring him a lot though. I think he's one of many reasons why we love this show. And it's not because, oh yeah, he's in 2D girls and 3D girls. I get that. It's not because of that. But it's because that his words brings the joy and brings people together. So when I saw him talking to his favorite, like his OnlyFans, not OnlyFans. We're not talking about the 18 plus OnlyFans. I mean, like the creator, he got a fan. Like Oracle met the Monk creator. Like that's it's because of him. He loves anime. Can you imagine? Can you imagine yourself meeting Oda Kishimoto, the great Akira Toriyama, Kiro Mashima, and all the other greatest manga artists of all time, and you approach them and say, you're the reason I love anime. You're the reason I love mangas. Picture that. Picture yourself if you met them for the first time in your life. Imagine writing a fan letter there, and and you're their number one fan, and you meet them. That's that. I love the passion that Urukun and the saying like there's no fakeness in your creation. There's no this. His words, and we got to see the creator's backstory as to what got him into making anime in the first place. Like when he met his wife, at the time his wife was a gal. His wife was a dark-skinned gal, and throughout times, she was her first fan, like her first reading manuscript. And they showed us backstory. I know it was in the ending credits, but it showed us how they got together, how they read manga, they got together, they have a kid, they got married, they have a kid. Those things are freaking amazing. And when Aria met her father, it was like she was the reason why she loves anime. Like she loved this series so much that she still loves her father. She still loves her father. It's very emotional in this episode because I usually get all hype when it comes to moments like an episode that's so good, but this is really not the time to get all hype. This was so good, and yeah, they got some moments where Rarisa and Oracle met the creator for the first time, like a fans are when we meet them, and he signed them on those little boards thing. I got one with the Fire Force one, and I like Nona's reaction. She's like, yeah, I like that little Nona reaction, but still. This episode was so emotional. It was so impactful. This is why I like 2.5 dimensional seduction, because it brings out so much in you that you literally understand this. Like, don't look at this as a fan service cosplaying thing. No, 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 no. Look at this as what cosplayers go through and what parenting could. And that's what this episode did in this. It's all about bringing together parentinghood, all that. And we see that with Aria's father. And we got to see that. This is all about dealing with grief in this episode. It was all about dealing with the faults, the griefs, the things that you didn't do, all that. He finally opened up and explained everything. And I truly admire that. I truly admire that. I hope Aria brings them together. I hope Aria brings them together. I mean, there was a flashback when we saw her when she was a little kid, and she had this hairpin, and she still kept that hairpin because her mom bought it. And then mom and dad had a fight. Little Aria brought the dad in. She's like, he's in the room, I'll bring him out. And they both apologize. She is the reason. She is the key to bring those two together. She's the key to bring those two together. And I can see that. But the one thing that shed me tears was the ending credits. When they show the flashback of Aria's father when he was in high school and the gal and that stuff, Aria's mother left one little message to him. well, message to Aria to him. She wants to read the first script. She wants to be the first person to read to read his manuscript, to read his first book. So when he makes another volume, in other words, when he makes another manuscript, the first volume, first chapter, she wants to be the first person to read it. And that brought me tears, and it brought Aria's fathers into tears. It is so impactful in this episode that you gotta sit down and watch it. It is so good. And I like how he gonna end it on his terms. So we don't know how many chapters his manga gonna be, but he's gonna end it on his terms. His terms. And I can't wait to see it. But overall though, this episode, look, every episode 2.5, Dimensional Seduction, is fantastic. It's fantastic. Not one episode I could say this episode was bad. It was, every moment of 2.5 has been very emotional, and it impacted a lot of characters. It impacted so much that this is why the plot is really good, because it's so many things that's going on in this. Yeah, it might have fan service, but this also brings so much joy, passion to cosplaying. It's like, you want to go to the conventions, you want to meet the cosplayers, you want to get inspired by this. This is one of many shows that you want to get inspired to do cosplaying. And I'm telling you right now, we go to conventions, the people are going to dress up like them. But like I said, but back to what I'm saying, this was a very emotional episode because it's all about dealing with grief. And cosplay brings family and friends together like this with Aria's. And I can see that in the long run. I really, really do. So thank you for watching my review of 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. Normally I get all hype, but this was a very, very emotional, impactful episode, especially with the MC, bringing everyone together. It was really nice to see. So again, thank you for watching my review of it, and I'll see you soon.